Good morning. My name is Markus. I'm a founder of a company builder called Mantro here in Munich, 50 people. And we started several years ago to try to build new companies with big corporates together, and had on this time a lot of learnings, how to scale something or how to fail. And this is what I want to share with you today. I started by myself, run about 60 companies or 60 ideas, founded 9 companies, we killed 2, exited 1 of them, and the rest is all still good alive. And what I want to tell you today is a little bit insights how we find ideas which are valuable, hopefully to the customers, how to build an environment where you can scale, and give you some examples from our learnings over the last years. So one point what we found out first, especially when you are on the corporate side, the difference between evolution and disruption. Normally when you're on the corporate side, of course you have a product, a successful product, which you have already on scale. And when you talk about building something new, often you think about building a washing machine, what we already do, make the next button, and this is a super great innovation and will change the market. But it's just an evolution of the product. When you want to really build a new business model, which disrupts maybe your old business, you get into trouble and stuck, because it's normally something which a corporate could not do. And when you come from outside also, it's really difficult to build something which is valuable and live for a long time. So, why is this? And when we look a little bit back in the centuries, 100 years ago, how you get something cold in your home, you keep your vegetables fresh. You had these guys cutting ice in a lake, store it, and bring it by horses to your home. Then someone came up with the idea of this ice house and said, oh, this makes no sense. Let's build ice houses where you can produce the whole year ice blocks and bring it to your home. It's much cheaper and faster. And this was definitely not the inventors of the ice house was not the inventors of these guys with the horses on the lakes. So, and how do you react when the first ice houses come up? They thought, okay, it makes totally no sense to have these ice houses. We believe we can build with more horses, deliver more ice faster. And of course, they died over time because the ice factories will survive because they built the stuff cheaper. The next phase, someone invented the refrigerators. And this was also not the guys, again, who invented the ice factories, who changed the refrigerators. And also they declined this invention and say, oh no, this makes totally no sense if someone put these small boxes in the home and have a refrigerator there instead of that we deliver the ice blocks at home. And do you see any ice houses? Not really. So they also get killed and disrupted in the market. And we have now today refrigerators at home. So one real difficulty is, of course, if you found a new business and you accelerate this, you can accelerate this until its bottom line. So you have every time a cap. And if it's an interesting market, more and more competitors jump in. And in the end, you're competing against each other. And you have to see in the best time to start developing new products which maybe disrupt your old product and put it on a next level. And start it in a time when you have really experience on scale and have the money to do this. Often, big corporations fail exactly or leak on this point, to step out and think about how can I disrupt myself, how could I build new business models where I can get really on scale or next scale level. And don't be afraid to jump from one old curve to this new curve. So from the ice houses to the refrigerators, and change it if you see this. I guess one of the best examples was also Apple with the iPhone. So they changed from the iPod, which was a really successful business, to the iPhones, which is really now the key asset, I guess, from the company. But how do you find these ideas? One key element is to really go out to the users. When you are working in a specific area, go out to your customers. Don't think you know your customers. Go out there, go to the users, and experience what they are doing. And what we do there is really to see what are the activities these users are doing and which touch points do you have. So which interaction points do you have with them to find exactly on these points ideas where you can engage with these users. And what we did there is to structure this a little bit, we invented a method called activity map, where we go really from the users, see what activities is he doing, and where can I interact with him and help him to change his behavior, to provide him products and services which helps him to do things better, faster, cheaper, or more secure. Just as an example. And if you do this, normally we do this in 2 or 3 hours, generate something about 60, 70 new business ideas. And then it's really the hard point, find one of them, pick one of them, and go really out and see if what you thought about the behavior to really prove it. Go out there and validate it. Last week I had a workshop at Bosch, for example, where we started to find new business ideas. We teamed up in 4 teams, and in 2 hours we created around about 30 to 40 ideas. 2 hours later we built up the first mock-ups and went out on the street and look how the people interact and ask them if this product makes really sense and help them make pain. So in one day we came from finding ideas, selecting some ideas, prototype them, go out on the street and do the first validation and see if something is still really valuable from these ideas or not. And of course, what we found out, 3 of them were not that good and one was really cool. So when you're selecting these ideas, what are the key success factors of these ideas? What we found out, there are 4 major factors a product should have. Especially when we think about a product for end customers, it's to increase comfort. So build products which helps really the customer to get more comfort in that what you're doing. The second element, save time. Make a product which helps the users to save time or to save money or to increase their security. So these 4 factors, from my point of view, is really the crucial points your product should really have, and not like, my product, it's a great idea, they have some comfort, save time, whatever, but you don't really have it you feel it directly. When you talk about the product, and you have to provide really these values, and you see it's really the value behind. B2C products, as I said, you have to increase the comfort, and at least one of the 3 others should be in your product. If we talk about a B2B product, it's save time and save money is the crucial points to have in your product first. Increasing comfort, increasing security is just then the add-on you could provide on this product. And be sure that when you look on your product, it's a real slam dunk product. It's not just an idea, and you'll really believe in it and see that it's something really special where you've done it. Also, in one of my last ideation phases, I created a lot of products, and I asked the teams, okay, do you believe in this idea? How much believe you in this idea? So no, it's a great product, it's nice, I would do this, or we should do this. And I have one team where we see, okay, wow, this is really awesome. I want to do this. We have definitely to do this as our company. We have to found a company and create this. And if the company doesn't do this, I will quit my job, put my personal money in, and scale this. This sounds like a slam dunk product. This is something, maybe it's something we can really scale. When you think, okay, I put my private money in, I go out, quit my job. If they are too stupid to do this, I will do it by my own. Another point, when you have your product, think about the customer lifetime value. Often we start products which are helping to solve a one-time problem. If you make food, of course, it's just a one-time problem. Try to find models where you have a customer lifetime value so that you interact with your customer over time. Find models where you help your customer not just one time to solve a problem, then more times. Like Facebook, you don't use Facebook just once in your life, normally you use it over a lifetime. So create models which keeps a value when you keep your customers. And one crucial learning what we have when we have an idea, how to validate it. Mostly when you think about, oh, I have this really great idea, how to validate it. I go to some friends and ask them, hey, I have a nice idea, do you like this? Your friends normally will not say, yeah, no, this is a shitty product. You say, yeah, it's cool. Or you make a market research, so you pay people that they tell you that your product is great. What would the people tell you? Is it a shitty product? No, they will tell you, yeah, it's a great product. Yeah, I will buy this. But the really true is if they ask you, okay, do you want to buy this product? Give me $100. And then if you see someone give you $100 and you have no product to give him, to say, yeah, maybe you get this product after a year if you gave me $100. Then maybe you can be sure this is a product which you should build. So start really early to sell your product before you build your product. If someone is giving you really money for this is for me market proof or market validation of the product. And not just one time. Do it in a significant time. Don't ask just friends. Get an audience, like when you make a market research, and try to convince them to buy your product. And if you see, okay, they are willing to buy my product at this price, what I have in mind for a price, how I can sell maybe this product, build this product. And be really fast. As I told you before, in one day, normally we came up from the idea to something which is touchable, where we can get out. Of course, when we have some hardware stuff in it, it's a little bit more tricky, but also there. Be really fast on the market. Run fast. Don't waste time with meetings, steering committees, whatever. Build an environment where you can speed up and go out there. One example of this, my point of view, a great product was this Nest product. That's a US startup. There's two guys from Apple who did the iPhone, stepped out, founded this company, and create a heating thermostat, an intelligent heating thermostat for your home. So you buy this, put it there, and it learns when you're at home or when no one is there. If no one is there, it shuts down the heating system so that you save money. And before you come home, it automatically heats up so that you have a warm environment all the time. It doesn't really have to care about. So you increase the comfort at home. You have not to care about anything. And you have every time a warm, perfect temperature. And of course, you save money. But it's the second element on this. They built a really great product. It looks nice. It's super intuitive to install and super intuitive to use. And in, I guess, 2 years, something like this, they're getting on this market as a market leader. Before there was nothing there. And I talked with the competitors. They had the same ideas and products already in their mind and also produced, but thought about, okay, if we bring this out, we disrupt our market, so we don't do this on the market. And let's disrupt the market. So also here, like the refrigerator, they waited until someone else getting the market leader position. So one example how we do this, for example. We are often do this together with big corporates, founding new ventures, finding new ideas, and bring this on scale. One example of this is one big energy utility in Germany. It's EnBW, one of the 4 big ones. And they came to us, and they are in a quite difficult position because with energy production in Germany, it doesn't make any money anymore. If you see a coal plant burning, they're burning not just coal, they're burning also money. So it makes totally no sense to get their money out of this business. So the idea what we started is, could we use the assets from them the capabilities and reuse it in new markets and build new products which really make sense for the customers. And we created with this knowledge of energy management, buying energy like oil, gas, etc., a bunch of products. So we started with 3 people, 3 hours, create a bunch of ideas, selected one of them, and this was the OllFox, our first product. It's a small hardware device which you put on your oil tank in your basement at home. It measures your fill level. And before you get empty, and when the market price is cheap, we send you just a message on your smartphone via email, SMS, to reorder oil. And with one click, you can reorder. What did the user before? We found out today, normally you have to check every year if your tank is low. Often people discover it when it gets cold, then they are empty, there's nothing to heat there. So you have to care every year, then you start comparing oil prices, then you have to care about the delivery, a shitty process. Now with this small hardware device, a little bit intelligence, we reuse this, when should we buy energy, and this was really interesting. Most of the people buy the heating oil at the time when it's the highest price on the market. So in autumn time. Makes no sense. Of course, when we check the whole year, when it makes sense to reorder, I've completely different times. And I can save around up to 30% of my price just on this. It's better than any CO2, whatever, improving of my home. So it's smart product. So we started just really from the customer. We went out there and see if it's really the problem. Yes, there was a problem. It's designed really for landlords, super easy to install, but also for these delivering companies. They have the same problem. They have to engage with the user every year again to convince them to buy their oil at their place. So we have an effect, a win-win situation for both sides. For the guys who are delivering the oil and for the people at home, for the users. And we can optimize the delivery. And of course we have this long customer lifetime value we create for everyone. We can give the hardware as low cost to the end customers and get on every order a small fee on this. So the customer has nothing to pay over lifetime, can just use the product and make sure that it's cheap to get it. How do we start? As I told you, before we build really the hardware, we just built one prototype. In 2.5 days roundabout, and this was 2 evenings, we ordered some parts from Amazon. We never did hardware before, but we discovered we need hardware for this product. So ordered something, we pricked something together in 2.5 days. We have a first app and some Arduino hardware shit, which is doing something like this. Then after 3 weeks, we built this aluminum casing where we put inside everything with 3D printers and so on, so really fast. And have the first working prototype with the working app in our hands. And after this, we start selling. We make the sales test if someone is buying this product. We make a landing page. We're just still this one single prototype and make a marketing campaign, get in there 2,000 users and see if they will buy the product they have never seen. It was 79 euros we put on the site, and surprisingly a lot of people bought this product. 5.8% was, I guess, the conversion of this. What we say is really cool. Was really impressed how many we can convert and convince to really buy our product. So in the end we had a lot of orders of a fake product, more or less. And this was really the point where we say, okay, not only we thought this makes sense, also a lot of people are really willing to buy the product and give us money that we built this product. After this, we had then a user base. We tell them, oh sorry, we have no product, but if you like, you can be our first test users and we send you the first products and you can help us to build this product. And from 400 orders, there was just 2 complaints. What I thought you get a product in the next 2 weeks. All others was really happy and we get a huge audience who helps us to build this product and make it very perfect. So we step out, build some products, send them to our key users, and develop with them the product until we have a market-ready product. And then we did this, what we normally do in the corporate first, build a market-ready product and then test it. We did this at the end, when we know exactly this is the product we should build. Then after 6 months we build it and make it ready for scale, bring it to the mass production, and now we are currently in sale of this product, and around about 10,000 pieces now in the production, and it's growing really nicely on the market. So it's really starting from the user. It's crucial, understand the user, go out there and see really if there are the pains and gains. Or it's just fake news. Think about, could I provide over lifetime a value for my customers so they have not a single shot product? And don't make this market research stuff and think about, yes, this will work out. Go really out, try to sell your product to a huge audience and see if it converts or not. If our people are really willing to give you money for that what you want to do. And then stay focused and run. Every startup we're doing, we do it in a 1 year period from idea until scale with a really small team. So the team has to really run through these phases, run, iterate, validate, iterate, and run through it. So this keeps your team really on speed. And of course, as I said, I personally started 60 ideas, 9 of them are now in companies, and 2 are dead. So of course you lose a lot over time, especially, but try to get it in the beginning where it's really cheap to lose ideas, not in the end where you already spent some millions of euros. That's then maybe not that good. So how do you build an ecosystem for this so that you can scale this product? Especially when we're in this corporate world, what we face the problem to partner with, which is really hard. Often you build this zombie products. Of course you have enough money and people, but everyone in the company knows this is a dead zombie running around, and you try to put a lot of money on this, but will never be a real unicorn cool thing in the end. How this came up? What we found out, wrong people is one crucial point. Often these companies start from the point of technology. Someone invent a new technology and the CEO comes to you and says, hey, we have this new technology, here this Markus found this thing, let's found a new venture and we scale this. He's the CEO. No, he's mostly the technical guy who could maybe be a CTO, but not really the guys who do sales, marketing and so on. You need more people who have really the capacity to build a company, not the technology. So you have to find the right team on this. The second element is really to find a team. If you do it in a corporate structure, then you have employees where his boss tell, okay, we have to make this new product, get some people, get one of the marketing department, one of the IT department, one of the business department, one of the blah 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 department in this team and do something. What will happen? There is no leading team. The decisions will be taken by the management over the management of the management, not in the team, because they are bounded to their restrictions of the organization. There is no team who can decide what is right or wrong for this product. They can just decide what is right or wrong for my department structure. So you have the team which is really acting like and behaving like a team without boundaries on this. And often if it's really something interesting, the corporate try to get the best people on it. The best people are just people which are 200% booked with a ton of products and other stuff and projects. So the point will be that the head of whatever tell you, yes, Markus, do this nice product. You ever told me you want to do some digital cool shit? Yeah, now you can do this. And I say, yeah, I want to do this, but I have no time. Yeah, then do this in a 20% additional time. what will happen? There's no focus. So you cannot really concentrate on this. You jump from one project to another. The problem is if you invent something really completely new, it's a little bit more difficult and you have to really focus and run on this. So with 20% of your time, it's quite difficult to get something on scale. And of course, the fourth point, solving just a hypothetical problem. So often the teams are really difficult to get out of the corporate, to pull them really out and test with the users if there is an audience for this. This is a huge party looks like that. And the last element, that by process. If you do it in the corporate itself, you have the structure of, there are the legal guys, there are the guys of compliance, there you have the process restrictions, you should not talk with the customers, and so on and so on. So you have the boundaries which pulls you back that you could not do this and this and this and that. So you have to step out really and build an environment where you can really run. And that's what we found out over time and how we set up our partnerships. So we set out of the company, of the corporate, with them together, found together a new unity, get a real team out, which has the capabilities to build for this product a scalable product. We get it well financed, so that means we have not this point, we finance here the first round, then we make a management decision, discussing over half of a year if we take the next decision sometimes and then go to the next iteration. No, that was a huge process where we have clear goals, clear separations, where we kill this thing or bring it in the next phase and run. So create an environment outside where the team can really start working in a free environment to just focus on the single product and kind of act and engage really with their customers and bring the customers in so that they scale. And of course that we can be faster than on the normal market. We give them access to the market, to the marketing and to the sales people of the old environment and to the technology. What are the capabilities? And bring this in the startup so that they can reuse really the assets so they are faster and can get cheaper on scale. So this is more or less how we do this. We do it in around about 5 phases in this 1 year. So each team starts with an ideation where they have to create an idea, a business model, the business hypothesis, so what they want to achieve, how they want to get money out of it, how they want to scale this, where's the market. This normally takes around about 3 weeks. Then we go to the next phase where the team has to really validate if there's someone is giving you money for this, and if you can build this product, and who can or how could I scale this product in the end. If we know this, then it's really for us the point if we say, okay, there is a good product, build the first product then. Then we build the minimum viable product, so the first alpha version, so the minimum what you need to prove and give someone this product that he can start using it and get the first feedback. There we learn then with the key users what we should rebuild. And then normally we have a 6-month phase where we really build the product, build up the marketing channels, build up the scaling channels, and bring this product and really in the mass market and really kick it on scale. So my example for the OllFox, in 3 days we had the first prototype, 10 days, the first 3D printing stuff, 3 weeks, first aluminium stuff with everything up and running more or less. So this was just the ideation phase and the business model. After 6 months we have the first 50 prototypes. And this was a little bit a gap on us because it was the first hardware product. Hardware is a little bit more tricky than just doing software. Finding a real partner who run in this speed and can produce this stuff was quite hard. So we built until this a complete hardware lab in our office. And a little bit within 1 year, we are now on scale with this product and on the market. So what is our daily work out of this? We take our core team of 50 people, get external entrepreneurs in residence, or from our corporate partners, team up with them, build a team which can really build a product, share infrastructure, build an infrastructure where teams can really do what they want, generate then ideas in these teams, because this must be their vision, not the vision of someone else, and act then really as a founder. We do this not just once a time, because also for us, we are too big to just build one idea. We build a portfolio of ideas and retest over these phases really fast. Makes this idea sense, or should we kill it? And really kill, especially in the first phase, a lot of ideas in the end. And if we see, okay, this makes really sense, we spin off a company, so also that you have an entity which can grow by their own, put in money, people, structure, and everything that you can build a successful company and then grow it and exit it. So this is how we do it. And the most important point I learned, don't talk, just do it. Don't talk about what you could do, maybe do. Really start doing the things and start things that you really build. Something just rocket. And it's not rocket science to build something. So, thank you for listening. And yeah, do you have some questions? Very shocked. Sorry? No problem. Oh, I'm available afterwards also here, so. Any other question? The question was if is there just a few companies or many of companies are interested in this is partnering. There are a lot of companies, or most of the companies are currently trying some innovative accelerator, incubator, whatever programs. So where they're trying to find a way. And we started 12 years ago with software development, management consultancy, and so on to do something like this. We found for us this is the perfect model, and with our partners, so we're doing this not with hundreds of corporations, but with a few big ones, and it works really well and makes a lot of fun with them. But you have to find the right partners, the right structures. The teams has to fit together that you can really scale these things. So it's not that simple, but really cool. More questions?
Unique. Have you ever been? Have you any experience with ideas that are not brand new, but just making something better, a better product? Any experience in your life?
So the question was, do you have any experience about new ideas, or be the second in the row, or the first mover in something? If I get it right. How disruptive has the idea to be in the end? It's not the real challenge to be the second in the row in a market. Mostly, especially when this is a huge market and someone started already, you can take the learnings and build a better product and be faster. But this really then, if you start in the second row, you have to be really fast and understand what he is doing. That you can outcompete him. The most of our ideas are on this improvement state, and just a few of them we really spin off. Most of them are really improved the core competences, especially on corporate side, and just a few of them are really the spin-offs. I mean, the building a spin-off is really much harder than improvement or of the old things. So it's you have to read the right structure, and of course you couldn't do that many of them. Any other questions?
very early stage normally, yeah. So when they are just starting, like in a startup phase or something like that. Do you get it over the microphone? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The question is, so when I get it right, you guys are helping companies in a very early stage. So when they are in the startup phase or something like that, yeah. My thinking about that is normally in this early stage there is not a lot of money there. You know, all the startups have a problem with money to get investors and stuff. So how do you reach it that young companies or companies with not a lot of money invest in you or in your company and say, okay, help us to reach our goals? You know what I mean? I think that's pretty that's hard to achieve.
Two points on this. So in the end, we have three models. One is really to do it just this innovative or getting something new inside of corporate. Second one, really make this partnership, it's a joint venture. And third one, to invest really in startups. There's really where we invest in startups where we believe in, team up with them, and bring them on scale.
Oh, okay.
Also, we are supporting several programs, like on Sky, for example, where we help startups. There is then also financing, a working place where we help startups to grow their business model. So
sometimes your company also brings money in. Then
yeah.
Okay, get it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, just come to me. I'll be here in the front. So hopefully this was something valuable.